Karen stormed across our lawn like she owned the place. She waved a stack of HOA papers and yelled about a $250,000 community fee. My wife and I just stared. Who charges $250,000 to live in peace? When we refused, Karen's voice hit that shrill pitch only dogs should hear. Within minutes, she called the cops, grinning like she'd won. She whispered, "Now you'll pay." What she didn't know was that the moment the officer saw my wife, everything would flip. And when neighbors began peeking out, it felt like the entire street was about to witness a showdown. We just moved into the neighborhood, quiet cul-de-sac, perfect for weekends. But Karen ran the HOA like a little kingdom. She showed up uninvited, demanding signatures, threatening fines, and bragging about her rules. My wife, calm but firm, told her no. Karen exploded. She claimed every house owed a special assessment for some luxury pool project. We laughed it off until she shoved papers into our faces. Then, she hissed, "It's mandatory." My wife folded her arms and said, "Not today." That refusal lit the fuse. Karen's face flushed red, and she stormed away, already plotting her next move. Karen dialed 911 like it was her personal hotline. She told the dispatcher we were hostile residents refusing lawful fees. We stood in the driveway while neighbors peeked from their blinds. Within minutes, a patrol car rolled in. Karen rushed forward, finger wagging, shouting about criminals defying her authority. The officer approached us slowly, Karen practically bouncing in excitement. My wife stayed calm, her hand on her purse. I could see the storm brewing, but Karen? She thought she'd already won. She folded her arms like a queen, waiting for the law to crown her victory. The officer asked my wife for ID. Karen smirked, muttering, "Finally, justice." My wife reached into her purse and handed over her military identification card. The cop froze. His eyes scanned the card, and his posture shifted instantly. He snapped to attention. "Yes, General," he said, voice sharp, like he'd stepped into boot camp. Karen's mouth dropped open. The silence was deafening. She sputtered, "General? She's just a housewife." The officer didn't even look at her. Respect radiated as he returned the card with both hands. A ripple of whispers spread across the street as neighbors realized who my wife really was. The cop turned to Karen, suddenly cold. "Ma'am, this is not a civil issue. Stop harassing these homeowners." Karen turned beet red. She stammered, "But, the HOA." The officer cut her off, saying, "This is extortion if you continue." Neighbors came outside, whispering as Karen wilted under the weight of everyone's eyes. Her power vanished in seconds. She tried to argue but her voice cracked. My wife just smiled, calm and collected, while Karen's empire crumbled right there on our lawn. One neighbor even muttered, "About time someone put her in her place." Karen retreated, mumbling about misunderstandings. The cop warned her again before leaving. Neighbors approached us quietly, some even apologizing for her antics. My wife shrugged, saying, "Some rules are worth breaking." From then on, Karen avoided us like the plague. The HOA stopped its ridiculous fee threats. Peace returned to our weekends. And the best part? The neighborhood finally realized real authority doesn't come from shouting, papers, or fake rules, it comes from respect. And Karen? She learned the hard way. To this day, whenever she sees my wife, she looks the other way and hurries inside. Weeks later, the story still echoed around the block. Neighbors who once avoided us now waved, sometimes stopping to chat. Karen, once loud and commanding, slipped into the background, her empire of fake rules gone. The HOA meetings became quieter, less dramatic, almost peaceful. My wife never mentioned that day again, but I noticed the respect in people's eyes whenever she walked by. The truth was simple: Karen thought power came from shouting and control, but real power spoke softly and needed no permission. And our home finally felt like it was truly ours. If you enjoyed watching HOA Karen's downfall, just wait for what's coming next. Fire every week on QZ Stories, we uncover even crazier battles of justice and karma. Lightbulb, you never know whose secret, twist, or shocking revenge might be revealed tomorrow. Thumbs up, so hit like if you felt that justice was served today. Push pin and don't forget to subscribe to QZ Stories, where the drama never ends.